Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pixels for People 2023, Day 1. I'm Dean Dinat21. Hope everyone's having a great time. I'm here to hand the stream off to the runner, JP, and his commentary, Axel. They are going to be doing Nioh 2, 80% Featherless, Glitchless. Let's get some hype in chat, and good luck.
Good luck is definitely needed, yeah. Hello, so the full name is jphpue and yeah, Nioh 2. Uh, One of the more, probably, I don't know, I think known Souls-like games, and a rather recent one at that. This is the PC version of the game. So it has the complete edition and all the DLCs, but we will only be doing the base game, not the DLCs. And yeah, as said, I am joined by a very good runner and gonna get a lot of judging eyes by Axel Zango. How you doing?
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Axel. I've been running this game for a long time, although right now I'm taking a break. And yeah, I'm gonna be commentating on JP's approach. His approach is different from mine, but he's basically doing the category that I was doing for the longest time, so I know a lot about it. And yeah, hope you guys are excited for it.
Yeah. This game also comes with a character creator, so we're gonna be picking this Adola thing. I'm gonna be doing East 9 after this, and this one's pretty much a female main protagonist of, well, a female version of the main protagonist in East titles at all, so I don't know. Kind of fits, but yeah. Timer starts actually once you gain control, and that's about 17 seconds after you want to proceed with this character. So, 3, 2, 1, let's go. And timer should
All
start.
right. So at the very beginning of the run, I want to kind of get into the idea of we have this kind of system inside the game called the clans, and they are basically when you are in a clan in one save file, you are in a clan in that same clan in all the save files. So we're in the Shima clan, if I remember correctly, or was it like no Maeda, right?
Maida sounds familiar.
I don't remember right now. It's been a while, but yeah, we're in a clan that grants us more damage when we grapple by basically reducing the defense of the enemies by 100%. So it's gonna be very useful in this run because we're gonna grapple quite a lot. So you saw JP picking up the sword, the axe, and then the Makami. The sword is mainly used for movement. It is the fastest form of movement to be on low stance, dashing with the sword. And the axe is going to be our main weapon throughout the whole run. He's going to be picking up some spirit stones and some other materials in the way, and also removing his armor just so we are more agile. This game has different tiers of weight depending on your equipment. On the weapons do not add weight, but the equipment like armor and accessories do. And right now we are in lightweight, which is up to 30%, and then after that it's medium weight, and then heavyweight from 70% onwards until you're overweight, which is 100% onwards. The bigger benefit of lightweight is that your key consumption is lesser, and also your dashes are longer. So basically, we just go faster overall, which is way better than just going slower, right? Uh, so yeah, these enemies right here normally do not take any kind of threat. Um, Here we are gonna pick up another Spirit Stone. Spirit Stone is gonna add to our meter when we use it. Right there when it says 3, with a picture of that dog. That's our Guardian Spirit, which is Makami. And each Guardian Spirit is attributed to a certain type of Yokai Shift, which is a demon form, which is our kind of like a double trigger in this game. And yeah, when it gets to 100, by consuming more Amrita, by using items or just doing certain actions, then we can actually transform. So now he also picked up some item, which is the secret water. It's gonna make us recover more ki. So now this is Mizuki, our first boss. It's not gonna be too complicated to fight, but we have a few tools. So we have to be careful about this fight. So now he's on red ki, meaning that every attack will stagger him until he recovers or until we fully remove his red ki as well, and then we can grapple. And as you can see, it does big damage. And now he's gonna transition into the Dark Realm phase, and here yokai are stronger, and our ki recovery is hampered. But also we have some abilities that are gonna be using yokai powers, so it's gonna be useful for us as well. But yeah, now we finish the fight with a grapple, which actually skips having to do another grapple. If you were to reduce the HP of Mizuki without grappling, then you would have to do another grapple, and that would waste some time. So we save time by killing him with a grapple. This is a very technical run. I'm commenting a lot on the mechanics right now, and later on we'll not talk as much of the mechanics because we have them covered already. But yeah, mainly you see like the 3 bars right there, HP, ki, and anima. Anima is the yokai powers, ki is basically like the stamina, and HP, you know that on every single game. And yeah, we finish the mission, and we get some rewards if I finish in the mission, and we also picked up some items in the way before finishing the mission from the boss drops. I don't know if you got any axe or not.
Nope, I don't think.
Okay, so we are looking for axe drops mainly, of course, because that's gonna be our main weapon. And here we have the Mizuki Zol Core, which is gonna be very important for the early part of the game. It's a very big AoE, forward AoE kind of attack that is going to deal quite a bit of damage and a lot of ki damage as well. So yeah, now we're into the second mission. Before going to the boss, we're gonna head to some kind of like some may call mini boss, but it's more like a strong enemy. But it's actually not allowing us to progress further, so we have to get rid of him, and it's called the Ippon Natara. You saw him go past an Odachi soldier, which is like Odachi is like a big sword. Those are gonna be very concerning later on. But yeah, here's Ippon Natara. We get rid of the yokai pool right there. Yokai pool are gonna buff their ki recovery and hamper our own. So it's gonna be important to take that into consideration. And now we're doing high stance and strong attacks. As you can see, the game has high stance, low stance, and mid stance. And high stance strong attack from the base movement of the moveset of the axe is the strongest one. And yeah, we just finish him with a grapple. You didn't see him take any damage, but I assure you that guy does a lot of damage. So now what we want to do right now is gather some more proficiency with the axe. Okay, we still don't have enough. But yeah, we want to have like 1 skill point for the next fight, because otherwise things are not gonna be nearly as smooth. But yeah, here is the Dark Realm. Here, as I said before, our ki recovery is hampered, so yeah. Here's a Dweller that we can hit for more proficiency. Yeah, we got it. We don't need to hit anymore. Another Ippon Natara, this time with an Odachi instead of a hammer. And yeah, now we're gonna enter the last room before the boss. We're gonna need to get some Omnium magic locks and also a key in order to enter the boss. And we're also gonna level up when we get there. So yeah, we have to go through the fire, because it's the fastest path. Yeah, right up this ladder there's a box with some Omnium magic locks, which is gonna give us some magic points, and we're gonna get our first magic on the shrine to level up. And it's gonna be like the purity magic. Watch out! Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was kind of close.
I usually get hit by the rock, but that can happen.
So Verification Talisman and Heaven on Earth. Heaven on Earth is gonna be our bread and butter, basically, for damage and key damage with the axe. We're gonna use other skills as well, but that's gonna be the more important one. Okay, Verification Talisman. Purity is an element in this game, which when you debuff the enemy with it, it takes extra key damage. And we are gonna talk about other elements as well and what they do. But the next one is gonna be the water. So pay attention here. Heaven on Earth on the back. Brute counter. Ooh. Okay, we were unlucky with the position. Okay, there we go. Heaven on Earth again, and he should. Oof.
Nope.
Okay, that was very unlucky. So the way he moved, he kind of like drove JP away from the pillar, so he couldn't do the actual strat that we want to go for. Like, I didn't mention it, but the strats in this game are like, in an ideal scenario, this is what you want to do, and then you have to improvise, because most likely it's not gonna go as planned. Okay, so here we go again. Same thing, and now we can break the pillar. Mizuki.
Okay, I'm gonna go
okay.
on the next one.
Grapple. Okay, now we can buff again. And we start doing another Heaven on Earth, and he gets away because, of course...
And
okay.
improvising.
Yeah, this is very much improvisation because things are not going as... I wanted to talk about one thing, and okay, now you can see that Enenra, which is a boss right here, is debuffed with both purification and water, and now he is basically confused and he takes a lot of damage.
And abandoned axe.
Yeah, and now we have a better axe, yes. When things go south, it's gonna be hard to keep up with what's going on, because yeah, things are happening fast.
May I read a donation?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you very much. It is from Stalbozen SC2. He donates $20. Thanks for having me again. Always a pleasure to do charity events like this. Keep up the good work, Carter and crew. Let's go help those kids. The poll went to Save the Animals. And target Mega Man X play as 0. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we finished off an end run. We got a better axe, which is good. We are not using the soul core of an Enra for the skill, but by getting soul cores, we actually also get shifting skill points, which are gonna be important for passives, like key recovery on Dark Realm and other. But yeah, right now we are in one of them. If you thought that an Enra was finicky, this one is, I would say, even more finicky, but you know, it could go smoothly, it could go badly, we'll see. We're gonna head to Yatsunokami, which is a snake with lots of poison around. But yeah, when I was talking about confusion makes it so the yokai enemies not recover ki. And you know, until the buff runs out, of course, the debuff. And on humans, which we're also gonna fight humans, of course, it's gonna reduce the key recovery as well. And on top of that, for both cases, we're gonna do more damage to them. So confusion is gonna be a very, very important piece of the strats that we are doing against the bosses. So if you can apply confusion consistently and fast, then it's going to be way better. So this is a Scampus. Scampus basically aid us in two ways. One is by giving us more yokai power, like anima. And here we have like heaven and earth. There we go. Now we dodge that, and we wait for another attack. We can do a high stance strong attack. Alright, we dodge that. And now we can do some more heaven and earth. Hopefully. There we go. Mizuki to take out the snakes and also do a lot of key damage. And heaven and earth. Perfect. Now we want to grapple. Pop yokai shift. He's gonna stun again. Do the special attack with Makami and grapple again. And now he's taking a lot of damage because of that fusion. And we finish with Mizuki. That was really well done. GG's, JP.
Thanks. That was actually the first time I ever did that.
Yeah. We were discussing like the strats. As you know, like we don't have the same strats, everyone. And I was discussing like this different approach, and I'm happy that he was able to do it on this run.
That was surprisingly good.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna switch not Makami, Mizuki into Yatsuno Kami, which is really good. Yatsuno Kami is very big for key damage, and also poison later on. It's gonna be relevant as we progress on later parts. Now we're gonna do some dojo. Nothing much going on. This is for making us able to get more skills and also gain some samurai skill points as well. So I will learn Sorki, and we switch this. This is just tutorial things basically. Kind of weird how we have to do this in order to get all the skills when it's some kind of tutorial. Wish that we could just skip it and get the skills anyways, but yeah, that doesn't happen. And yeah, that's the tutorial done. The dojo. Samurai locks, and then we unlock more skills. On the next fight, we're gonna fight a human, and I was saying something before, I forgot. Oh yeah, the Scampus. So Scampus help us by giving us anima in time, as time progresses, and also attack the enemies that we fight, and do key damage, which is quite relevant to do. We're gonna have some Lantern Plant Fruit, which is also gonna be another source of anima. Each Lantern Plant Fruit gives us 5 anima, and then there's also later on we're gonna pick up Red Spider Lily, which is gonna give us 10 anima, which is the full meter right now. All right. Anything that you want to comment on your different approach on this fight?
Well, the fights, I'm pretty much trying to keep the boss's ki down as much as possible. It's a human, so once you get the red key, you can immediately grapple, and after grapple I will try to attack with something as soon as possible, usually a burst counter. And yeah, that's pretty much my tactic, and I'll also take some safeties here. I'm gonna be equipping a lot of stuff now. First off, I'm gonna equip that gun, and then I'm gonna see if I have any light armor. Shrine Maiden is great, and I think I have almost like a full set there. And the rest I am actually going to level up first. Don't forget Flux too. Flux is amazing. Actually, we'll go over that in a bit. And also a bottle talisman. But I'm gonna be making some offerings. You can throw some items away for elixirs and divine rice, and you can use divine rice to buy elixirs, which is pretty much the potion healing item of this game. And yeah, I want to have as much as I can. But yeah.
All right. So as he was commenting on the flux is a very important mechanic in this game. Kind of makes me wonder why it's a skill that you have to learn. But yeah, basically when you key pulse, you recover key, right? After an attack. But if you have flux and you switch stances at the same time, then you recover extra key, and you do it 2 times with flux too, then you recover even more key. So it's going to be very important in order to keep the aggression and keep the key higher so we can do more actions.
Okay.
Alright, so it's a headshot. Now we do a final blow. And we're gonna try to keep the key low. There we go. The red attack is a burst attack, and we do the burst counter in order to counter that attack. Otherwise, it's something that you have to avoid completely, and you don't get any reward if you do that, so it's just better to just counter it if you can. Okay, so we also have... There we go. Oh, nice. That's almost there.
And that's there.
Just that. GG's.
Nice. Thanks.
Okay. So this boss will not drop an axe unless you're extremely unrealistically lucky. Saw it once, I think, on all my runs, which have been a lot. So yeah, you don't expect to have any access on that boss. Did we get any access on Yatsu no Kami, or?
Yeah, I think I got the... wait, where did I get the Demon Axe? I think it was on an Enra, maybe. I got an upgrade.
Yeah, with an Enra we're fine for now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna go for the Blacksmith, because I think these games are known for salt, so...
Oh, yeah.
Let's get our storehouse and bag full of that stuff.
So this is probably going to be the biggest difference between my runs and his runs. I kind of like just disregarded Salt on my runs, and he's going to be using it. Salt is quite important. I'll let you go over it.
Yeah, Salt deals a lot of key damage, and it also inflicts purity. Like a couple of throws, and usually enemy has to put it instead. Same as with the Purification Talisman. But the key damage can be very useful if you want to get rid of enemy's key quickly. Because reasons like there's gonna be an owl that's gonna fly away if I don't deal enough key damage quickly. So I'm gonna be throwing Salt at it. Don't do that in real life, by the way. I don't think owls like Salt. Yeah.
Alright, this is a Yamamba. He cannot stop there because there's a chance that the Yamamba would have like interrupted him from doing this. And while he unlocks the path, he does a little bit of menu, mainly some passives, nothing much for now, but it's gonna be also be readying more important skills later.
Ooh.
Okay, there's a Waira here, an enemy that just kinda pops from beneath the earth. Yeah, now we have Dark Within. Dark Within is gonna make us recover more ki on the Dark Realm. Alright. And yeah, next up we're gonna fight the Kama Itachi. It's gonna be a pretty fast enemy, so he's gonna try to use those salt to keep him without ki, so he cannot run away while we hit him. And yeah, also it's gonna be important to use London Plant Fruit in order to have the anima bar high, because we want to use the Yatsu no Kami quite early on. He's also gonna unlock this shortcut right here, just in case things go south. It's gonna be tied to the very start of the mission. And yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
We buff with Purity and head into the fight. So this is like a demon weasel. Okay, there we go. As you can see, he's pretty fast. He goes around the place a lot. Doesn't like staying in one place for long. All right. Okay, now he's on Purity because of the salt. Can use Yatsu no Kami, and there we go. He goes down, and we can grapple him. Yeah, a bit too far away.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we were a bit too far away.
Yeah.
So he managed to avoid the grapple, but it's okay. He's already halfway there.
Okay, I don't know that attack, but
Oh,
All the souls
Okay,
missed.
two more salt.
Okay.
Oh, okay, there we go. First counter. Yeah, with this we should be good to go.
Yeah.
As you can see right there, the axe actually kind of changed color. It's a demon axe. Well, it's like an axe imbued with demon powers. It has like a meter of corruption. When it fills up, it kind of overrides anything that you have in terms of like buffs or anything. And it just starts doing more corruption. So yeah, that was a nice backup, a nice recovery from that fight.
And we got an axe from it, so that's good.
Yeah. It's gonna be important to have access pretty often. The main fights are gonna be like this one that we just went through, 4 fights, and then in the upcoming ones, maybe like Yuki is gonna be the next big one that we kind of want like an axe from. But yeah, here in this one, we're gonna fight another human enemy, but it's gonna also have some yokai powers, just like us. And you might be wondering why. It's because it's our evil twin.
Best storyline.
Yeah, the storyline is. We're not gonna talk too much about the lore because we have enough with the mechanics of the game, I think.
Yeah, and also if you want to play this casually, there's more of a reason to. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna be menuing here while we wait for the elevator. Have to use certain items and set up some shortcuts. All right. So yeah, for this next fight, we want to set up our meter or Amrita meter that right now is at 31. See the 31 right there, right to the left of the HP bar. That's our Amrita meter, and we want it to 100% for this fight because the yokai shift is gonna be very important. There's this upcoming shrines, which is a safety shrine, but it's also kind of dangerous to take because this enemy right here. Let's see if the enemy doesn't. Okay, I think we're fine.
Yeah, that's a safety monkey.
Yeah, that monkey is pretty concerning because sometimes he just jumps right after you. You kind of have to deal with him or something. All right. So for this next fight, we are gonna try to just keep him locked all the time after using the yokai shift. But before that, we want to trigger the yokai shift and the moment that we want to grapple. So we're gonna be using some purity talisman and debuffing him with. Yeah, you can use like. Okay, there we go.
That was a D-pad fumbling on my part.
So yeah, we want to just kind of like try to. Okay, that was a kind of concerning point right there because there's an enemy that spawns. It kind of can throw you off. But yeah, we want to do some key damage right here, but also watch him do things. You didn't buff.
Yep, I don't have it on me. If you noticed, I noticed just now.
So now we can do some attacks with the yokai shift, and we can do another grapple. And with this, we can finish the fight. That was quite smooth, actually.
Huh.
Nice.
Because if you die here, you have a long trek back. You want this on the first go. This is one of those fights. Definitely.
Yeah, even with the safety shrine, the run through is kinda pretty bad. So without the safety shrine, it's just I don't know 2 minutes of time loss or something. I don't know.
Too much.
It's a big time loss.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a bit of time right now. If you want to read some donations.
Alrighty, we don't have any donations right now, but I will take this time to remind everybody why we are all here today watching or donating our time to be speedrunning these games. We are doing this for Child's Play. Child's Play charity delivers therapeutic games and technology directly to pediatric hospitals to improve patients' lives through the power of play. They are in over 190 hospitals presently, and collectively they have raised over $59 million. So there's a large amount of impact that this foundation has caused, and just remember that every single donation is going directly to the kids and to the special needs of each hospital. They take the time to refer to the information and the coordinators within each hospital to make sure that the money goes to where it will cause the most impact. And of course, there's also other incentives that if you do a $5 donation, you will be put in for the raffle for the Turtles collection, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection. $10 gets you into the Castlevania bundle, which is Castlevania Anniversary Collection and the Advanced Collection. And $20, and by the way, this is in total donations. So we're talking everything all together. That's if you do 5 today, 5 tomorrow, it adds up. So the $20 in total donations is the Mega Man bundle, which is the Legacy Collection, the second Legacy Collection, X, X, 0, and 11. So that is a massive value for a $20 donation to be able to be put into that raffle. So if you go ahead and you donate, remember that you're getting something in reward. You're doing it for a great cause. And of course, don't forget to put it towards something that you want to see happen later on in this stream.
All right. So thanks for that. As you can see right now, where we only had one meter before on the Amrita meter, now we have like another circle right on behind it. That's gonna be our slot for our second Guardian Spirit, and we're gonna fill it up soon with a different kind of Guardian Spirit, which is gonna have to be like Masaru, and Masaru has like the what is it called, the feral yokai form, which is gonna be a faster one, and it's gonna fulfill a different role than the Brute. So yeah, throughout the level, we see some lights going on, and you saw them like kind of pursuing JP as he went around. That's actually the boss that we're gonna fight right now, which is an owl with 3 eyes. So yeah, now we're gonna change our second Guardian Spirit.
And I
Change
also
the primary.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I also change the primary for now. That's what I'm used to, so I will do it that
Oh
time.
yeah, of course, yeah. This is what I do differently. Here I continue with Makami, and he switches to Shirohami because different strats. So my bad.
No worries, no worries. Oh yeah, that's pretty much. And I also forgot to equip the water talisman. I fixed that. Now I have it. And also
Nice.
these umbrellas are scary. I think they one shot you if they do that dash attack.
Yeah, they can one-shot you, at least on counter.
But yeah.
Okay, so the owl, we don't want to see the owl flying at all, so we have to deal with that. Okay, we dash into the barrel, and that buffs our weapon and also impacts the boss. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, you can see right there, like we switch to the feral, which is more agile with a counter. Okay, we can use some Yatsunokami to bring it down.
I didn't have
And
it.
yeah, it's fine. We can do some salty shenanigans.
Also, I don't have health.
Yeah. A little bit more. You only need a little bit more for the Yatsunokami. There we go.
And I think it's pretty much it.
Yeah, this is GG's. You only need a little bit more, and that's it.
Oh,
GG's.
nice, thanks.
Yeah, that was a bit concerning.
Not the optimal, but we survived.
We got a hammer. I gotta explain the differences between hammer and axes here. Besides the obvious, one is impact and another one is cutting. In this game, they have the same moveset, but their properties are slightly different because the axes do more damage and less key damage, and the hammers do more key damage and more damage and less damage. Sorry. So for the most part, we want the axe for the extra damage because we already have good key damage. But for at least one fight, we kind of prefer the hammer for the extra consistency.
I'm gonna be using a couple of more fights probably, we'll see. And also depending if we get an axe or not.
Yeah.
Drop RNG is a thing, of course.
Yeah, it's not a super big deal to not have like good drops throughout the run. But obviously, if you don't have good drops throughout the run, you're not gonna have as good of a run. But it is not such a big deal because you can always just go to the blacksmith and get a new one. It's just gonna take a bit more time and it's not gonna be as strong as a new axe from the mission. But yeah. At least it's gonna be stronger than an old axe. So in this mission, we're gonna run around quite a lot. We're gonna pick up a Scampus here. Just as a reminder, we get anima from them and also attacking the enemies around the place. But in the case of this campus, we only need the anima for it because by the time we get to the boss, the cat will already have run out. And yeah, here we're approaching a bridge, which is kind of concerning because there's a spawn of a big skeleton right there. So we have to kind of pause for a moment in order to avoid the stagger of the enemy spawning. And yeah, we counter that skeleton as well, the second one, because if we didn't, then we would probably be dead.
There's a lot of stuff that can kill you. It's a dangerous world out here.
Yeah. Of course, that doesn't always happen. Sometimes, like the skeleton just does something else, and we can just go through without countering. But you know, you have to watch out for that. We pick up some more stuff here, mainly Amrit items. Very important for certain setups on some fights. The Amrita is going to be more important as we progress in general. So we want to, for the most part, have the Amrita for every single boss. And here we are gonna hope that he doesn't do something weird, and I think we're fine. Yeah, we're gonna take this safety shrine, because otherwise it's a long run back.
And also I'm gonna spend this time to level up a bit. I'm gonna go 10 on everything else than dexterity and magic and rest on stamina.
Yeah, you might be wondering why he's not focusing on just one stat. Overall, getting the earliest stats throughout the levels are actually give you like quite a bit of benefits overall. Like for example, heart gives you more ki, and in the early levels it gives you more ki than in the later ones. And then on other cases like skill or strength, and you might be talking about the ki pulse strength. So on the early levels, it is more beneficial to just level up the up to 10 or 15. More wide variety of stats. Okay, so here we have Magarana Otaka. We want to, as always, have the purity on them so we can do more key damage. And now we're gonna grapple with Yokai Shift. And then we're... Ooh, okay, that...
It's bad!
Okay, there we go. Counter, there we go.
I should be able to just...
Yeah. Okay, so we want to just keep his key on red so we can just bring him down again. So there's a property, GG's. There's a property of the Brute Yokai Shift that allows us to just counter regular attacks as well. That's like a parry skill. And kind of something went wrong at the start and didn't get the first counter, but then he got the following ones. So we were able to catch up with the strat.
Yeah. If you thought that owl was the only bird here, well, bird in a cage, I think the chapter name itself is gonna tell about the thing we're gonna deal with.
This boss is kind of peculiar because it has like an auto parry mechanic, which we're gonna have to work around with. There are several ways to approach this fight, of course. but yeah, I'll talk about it in a moment. Look how fast paced the fighting is, and keep in mind that this is like the axe. Axe is basically one of the slowest weapons in the game. So, with other weapons, it's gonna be even faster, the fighting itself. But you know, the damage and key damage that we do with the axe is so big that it is the optimal weapon to use in this round. So the combat mechanics in this game are incredible, honestly. And yeah, we were pretty close to getting hit by that brat. It's like the master of the turtles, right?
Yeah, Splinter.
Splinter, yes. I always forget the name. I don't know why. Okay, so now we're gonna get Titanic Strength and Rumbling Earth. They're gonna be our main secondary skills, you know, besides Heaven and Earth. Titanic Strength is gonna be good for kind of staggered looping certain bosses, and Titanic Strength, not Titanic Strength, Rumbling Earth is gonna be good for setting up a big key damage after certain points of the fight, like after a grapple, and you're gonna see that now in a moment. So yeah, we get Masterful Slice. Masterful Slice is gonna allow us to assign it to a particular skill, and that skill is gonna do more key damage. So now we switch Mud Spinner to Rumbling Earth, and we apply Masterful Slice to it for that key damage. And yeah, we switch to the Hammer. As you can see, it's all about doing more key damage, just making sure that the enemy is low on key as often as possible. Okay, so we start the fight with Azane Nagamasa, and he's gonna just start with a slam. We dodge it, there we go. And as you can see right there, parry from the boss.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Up. I don't like
good.
water.
Okay, it's okay. Just wait for the second phase.
Okay, I missed it.
Okay, so yeah, Azai Nagamasa is fast, and
Good.
it's one boss that you want to be careful with what you do with, because if you make a mistake, he can just stagger you out very easily, and then just...
Ooh.
So yeah, very, very concerning. Which is why we mainly use Feral as well, to get out of the danger situations more easily. Ooh, okay. Okay, here we go.
And I'm gonna...
Use Yatsunokami to bring him down. Then we can rebuff again.
Oh.
And okay, there we go.
Ah.
That's the Rumbling Earth I was talking about earlier. Ooh, okay.
Okay, I am trying out my luck, I guess.
Oof. Yeah, if you don't have a good positioning on that... Oh, damn. Yeah, that's a grapple from the boss. Very, very dangerous boss, as I was saying. The burst attack that he does is quite finicky to counter. It only works on a certain positions. If you're a bit too far away from him, then the feathers kind of hit you before. And if you're too much to the side, then you might just miss it as well. But there are certain spots of the fight where, you know, where you can put yourself. Oh, yeah. Yeah, watch out for that.
I was testing my luck again. Okay. I can also use salt here if I don't find a proper spot to attack. I probably might do that.
Yeah, I think like he can also counter the salt as well.
What? Come on!
Yeah. Yes, he can counter the salt.
That's a thing. Something.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, so yeah, if you get him when he's in midair, then he just falls. Okay.
Was I too close, maybe? Or was I too late?
I think you were too much to the side. Okay. Now we're gonna rebuff again. And use Roman Earth to get rid of his key. Almost entirely. Okay, and he's almost done for. Ooh, okay.
And again, too much to the side.
Yeah, I think you overcorrected there at the end.
Okay. Oh, swap to heavy. Hi.
Okay, he's almost done for. More Roman Earth. No, he doesn't have key. Okay. It's gonna be close.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
Okay, we're done. GG's.
Whew, thanks. Once again, that fight was completely sketchy, but
Yeah.
we survived, so sometimes you just gotta scrape and gather what you get and live with it. Because this is still quite a long run, so getting all the best RNGs and getting all the fights perfectly is...
Yeah. I remember like the last run that I did of this was like such a train wreck with the RNG. I was getting unlucky all the time.
And that's the thing.
So, yeah, we're moving on to the next region. And in this one, we're gonna have to fight two bosses. And there's several missions where we're gonna fight two bosses. And probably most people don't like too much either of them in this mission, honestly.
I think the trek to the first one is the worst. It is long, it is filled with fun side activities as much as possible, like people with cannons and whatnot. And if you die,
Yeah, Yeah, there's a door that he's gonna have to open, and right next to it there's certain enemies, and specific one that has a cannon, and depending on the RNG that you get, it is very, very likely that you're gonna die. There are certain ways to circumvent it, but honestly, not 100% consistent. Okay, so here we are.
Okay.
Went to this enemy right here.
And I think
okay,
he didn't get
not
the cannon.
right
I think I'm gonna
RNG.
die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least I got the door open. Then doors stay open after you die, so I don't have to worry about that anymore, at least.
Yeah. So yeah, that enemy was just taking a pill. Normally, what you want to see is that enemy just pulling out the cannon, because that way, when you approach that area, then she pulls away the cannon again, like
Whoa.
just takes it off.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that way, you can just, open the door without getting a cannonball to the face.
I'm gonna take an extra safety right here. Normally you can't take this, because as you open the door, the enemies are gathering behind you, and if you try to take that, you are very likely to die. Usually you just dash through, but because I had the door already open, I had some extra time on my hands. But that doesn't still... and this stage does have more tricks up its sleeve, like these wonderful level design things. Because, of course, like a tight platforming, whatnot.
This enemy is also not very comfy.
I prefer the bird-like enemy shouting while I'm opening the door, because it can cancel the door opening animation, and I can move my character more freely, more quickly. Because there are a bunch of these human enemies chasing me, and I don't want to stay still for too long. And here I want to time this door opening like... Okay,
yeah, there's several outcomes to opening that door. One is getting shot like that, which is the more common one. Another one is mistiming it completely and just eating a cannonball, which is gonna signify an obvious death. And another one is somehow managing to not get hit at all, but that's like just more luck than anything else. All right, so we're gonna go up to Saika Magoichi, which is also in Nioh 1, just a slightly different one because this is like a different generation. It's like the leader of a band. Yeah, he's quite concerning to fight. He doesn't like being consistent at all. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what kind of RNG we get. All right.
Let's see if I can. Oh, come on. Can I do the buff? I think you could do the buff before the fight, but well, that guy gave me a shot, so let's not waste it.
All right. So Saika Magoichi, he flies a lot. He one-shots a lot. Yeah, like he can just fly and teleport, and if you're unlucky, like that happened right there, he just does the grab right after, and he gets you with it, and yeah, you're dead. So every time that he teleports, he just kind of moves away from the camera. So yeah.
Someone say birds. That's too early though.
Yeah, another Birdman.
Ah!
Yeah.
I missed about almost most of my attacks, and yeah, that spells doom. And yeah, once we deplete the key, pop the yokai shift, and then it's usually a simple fight. But
yeah, it's one of those fights where you want to like get to the point where he's debuffed with water in this case, and then you just pop yokai shift when he's out of key, and then the fight just becomes much more one-sided. But even then, he can still do some shenanigans on it. Okay, there we go. Yokai shift, grapple, slamming, and then we combo 1-2 counter, 1-2 counter, till he decides to do something else or he gets staggered right there. Another grapple, and now we have access to the snake, so we can do some more damage. Unless the snake doesn't want to cooperate and he just pieces out. Okay. Okay, this is pretty bad attack, honestly, because there's no good way to kind of keep up with the aggression.
Okay,
we got the snake. There we go. GG's.
Nice, thanks. Yeah.
He's gonna give us some equipment that we're gonna be using a little bit, but also more importantly, the founder key, so we can get to the next boss.
Yeah, I didn't get the travel amulet, so
yeah,
I have to do that. But yeah, that fight is kind of funny because it's either it pretty much one-shots you immediately, or you have to do a little bit of tango and you beat it. But usually for me it's like, oh, first attack hits and I'm dead. GG.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's a big guy.
So this is Yuki. It's like a giant beetle that spent too much time on Tinder, so he has perfected the art of swiping left and right. So yeah, he's weak to purity, just like every other yokai.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, that was an unfortunate timing with that jump.
Yeah. This is, generally speaking, I think this is still one of the most simpler bosses.
Yeah.
Just
one of the key factors of fighting this enemy. Sorry to cut you out. Is actually fighting him without locking on and to the sides or behind him, especially to the sides. Because the lock on when you're fighting him is kind of not great. It's just gonna kind of make you miss more than anything else. So yeah, now we there. Oof. Yeah, here important the role of the feral counter in order to avoid those unfortunate attacks on their own time. Okay, now everything should be a bit smoother. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yatsunokami, we can do some more attacks. I can grapple. We can do another Yatsunokami even.
Oh. Would have been nice. But it's giving me a nice little pattern.
So yeah, Yatsunokami, as you can see, deals a lot of key damage and quite a bit of damage as well. Now that he is weakened by the clan effect, that Yatsunokami was enough to finish him off. And we just grapple with a flashy finish. And while we do the flashy finish, we just get some skill points menu. We want to avoid picking up that soul core because it kind of just makes this next dialogue happen later, so it's just slower. So yeah, what were you saying? Sorry.
I don't know. Something.
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 Oh, well then, may I jump in on this something?
Yeah.
Perfect. We have 2 donations. One by Lexi Plays Fast, $25. That says, "Good luck, JP." They put the money towards Mega Man X Play at 0, and the poll Save the Animals. And we have $10 from Ahmad. Hey guys, Ahmad here. I know it's still early on the marathon, but a huge shout out to all the runners participating in this great event. Also, thank you Carter Freak for hosting and creating the entire thing. Mannix, the MVP he is, and JP for running a game this difficult. You got this. The poll went to kill the animals and target Star Tropics. Oh no, the description is too long. 1 second. The Star Tropics we have here. Get the Big Apple. So we're $65 away from the Get the Big Apple condition for the Star Tropics run. So thank you very much to the both of you for donating.
Okay, thank you. Shoutouts to Lexi, is also a Nioh 2 runner. And here we have another campus, and in this particular map, there's a strange property that they have, is that you see this blue fire, we're just going through it and nothing happens. Weirdly enough, that's because of this campus. This campus just allows us to go through the blue fire without any consequences. Otherwise, we would just die. Like, it's very high damage very fast. So, yeah. Big help from the cat.
Also, don't try in real life. It won't work.
Yeah, don't pick up cats to go through the fire, please.
No. Even if it's blue, it won't work, I'm pretty sure. I am not a fire expert, but...
Speaking of cats, we're actually gonna fight a cat lady on wheels.
Kitty on wheels.
Yeah.
Also, I'm trying to go through the stage fast because I want to have the kitty for a section pretty close by, because there's a blue flame guarding the boss door, gate that leads to the boss. This one. And now, because I have the blue cat, I can just go through. Nice. If I'm too slow, I'm gonna get killed while opening the door.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why we don't really go for any safety shrines, like on any run in this place, because it just makes it so when we get to the door, we just run out of the cat and then we die from the blue fire. Alright, so this is Kasha, the fire cat lady on wheels. Kind of like a split Segway.
Yeah.
As usual, we want to do some purity and a lot of key damage, and then we're gonna grapple with Yokai Shift, and then we're gonna slap her, and then she's gonna fall again, and we're gonna grapple her again, and slap her again, and then that's cheese. Yeah, we call that the Kasha loop. Certain bosses have like a property of getting stunned again under certain conditions, and in this run, this is the only boss that we can actually loop consistently by that method. There are other ways of doing it, but we don't have the resources for that. Like, we need to pick up some other things that are just too slow to pick up. So yeah, that's GG's. And Kasha also is a very important yokai ability that is going to come into play later on.
Yeah. That's also one fight where just getting to the grapple part is the difficult part because Kasha can do a lot of different attacks and sometimes it can also troll you like 90% of this game's bosses can.
Yeah, Kasha, as much as the Kasha loop is very consistent and easy to do, the first part can actually be quite concerning because she has certain attacks that are like very punishing when you're trying to go fast, especially. So yeah, the first part is actually pretty dangerous, but afterwards it's just like basically a freebie if you have the Kasha loop going on.
Behind her
Okay, so
man
now
medioing.
he's updating. Yeah, he's updating the sword because we want to drop into a crystal that is gonna kill the enemies around him and also liberate the path going to the boss. There we go. You can see there was a Yoki to the left of him, and then he died as soon as he broke the crystal.
Okay.
So this is another safety shrine, and this enemy right here is quite concerning. Yeah, there we go. Thankfully, he did the stab and not the swipe. As I said before, the soldiers with odachis are very concerning because they have the base move set is like a mid stance light attack, and it has very good tracking and speed and range. So it's basically made perfectly for interrupting you going past them. So next up is going to be Ryomen Sukuna. As you can see, his his Amrita meter is about 75%. You want it to be around there, like at least at 70. That way, when we want to use the Yokai shift, then we have it ready. Because we're going to get Amrita from fighting the boss as well. So we buff with Purity, dodge the first attack. And as usual, just we want to apply Purity to him.
Oh god. Oh.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's the one attack that you don't want to see because it's actually quite fast, and we want to have the brute yokai shift. So and that counter, if unless you have like godlike reflexes, you're not gonna be able to counter it with brute yokai shift. So yeah.
I think you generally want to have. You could have like Feral on the go, and as you're approaching Red Key, you just swap to Brute, and then because with Feral that attack is rather counterable. I don't know. I used to do that at least with early runs.
Right, here we go again. Now we have the Amrita meter to full. That's like a property of this game. When you recover the Amrita after death, then it doubles. So now we don't have to worry about.
Oh god, I missed it.
Okay. Oof.
That was bad timing on my part, but yeah. It isn't enough that you collide with the enemy. You actually have to hit the thing that's attacking, like a sword head there, I think.
Yeah, I guess I can talk about the differences between the different yokai shift counters.
Yeah.
Or yokai counters. So the one that we were using the most is the brute counter. It also works as an extending of the combos or an attack, and it's the slowest one. But it's also very useful when you don't need to be very fast at countering. It can basically interrupt every single counter, and it's useful outside of countering or dodging. Feral is useful for dodging and quick countering, and then there's also Phantom, which is kind of similar to Feral, but is instead of dodging, is more like blocking. We don't really use Phantom because we have other uses for Feral besides. Oof.
Oh god!
besides just countering, that the Phantom doesn't really do, which is dodging certain boulders in the way and stuff like that. Okay, good.
Okay.
Now we can UK shift grapple and let the party start. We can counter that.
And I don't like that.
Oh, okay, then that was an unfortunate attack. Okay, thankfully he wasn't able to actually shoot because he was getting ready for that. Okay.
Okay, that's
yeah. Okay, that's good. As long as we can. Oh, okay. Okay, we're good. We're good.
yeah.
That's
Ooh.
right. We should finish.
Okay, yeah. I could have been faster, but
that also works. Okay, so Ryomen Sukuna is gonna be a good soul core to get. I'm not sure if you do the Ryomen Sukuna strats for.
I don't do strats. I
the-
spam it randomly, hoping it works.
Okay. Okay, so the soul core is actually pretty useful in certain fights, but apart from that, he's gonna give us the axe, the Ryomen Sukuna axe, which is gonna be useful for the upcoming fight, especially. Which is gonna be Maeda Toshie. Maeda Toshie, also called Mataza of the Spear. It's an enemy that doesn't want to. It's kind of similar to Saika Magoichi, but maybe without. Yeah, he doesn't have as many one shots, but he moves around a lot, and yeah, he can be quite uncomfortable to fight sometimes. So hopefully that will be okay. So yeah, Ryomen Sukuna Axe has the property of being corrupted. And I don't know if you're gonna do the strat that we were discussing the other day.
I'm gonna try at least. Let's see. I'm also gonna have to do some more offerings because I ran out of salt. So I mean elixirs. I'm about to run out. I'm concentrating too much. I'm about to run out of divine salt, so I cannot buy any more elixirs from store or auto buy. So by giving more items as an offering, I can just get more elixirs and live a longer life, hopefully. And yeah, until the boss, this is pretty much just going through the place fast, and we have a safety ladder near the end, which I'm definitely going to take because yeah, that would be a nice little time loss to not take it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, taking the ladder is like super fast. Like it takes like 1 second or less, so it's very worthwhile.
Yeah. Even while doing runs, it's not like if you die here you reset because lol. I wouldn't finish any runs. This guy
Yeah, it takes a long time to get that deathless run. I'm pretty sure it took me over a year to get my first deathless run, so yeah. Okay, let's go.
This one? Okay.
Okay, so we're using Titanic Strength right here to kind of keep the boss a bit locked.
Okay. That was a...
Okay. Yeah,
That's a strat?
Yeah, there's there we go. That's good. Okay. Ooh. Okay, good.
Also, he sounds a little bit like Link, and I don't like that.
Okay, and now we apply confusion to him as well because the buff ran out, so he was with water debuff, and then also the corruption debuff from weapon, so he was able to get corrupted. And once you give not corruption, once you give confusion to him, he's pretty much dead. Level up some stamina. Stamina is the main stat for damage on the axe. The secondary being courage. And yeah, right now he's updating the yokai abilities, Yatsunokami and Kasha for the Feral, for Nekomata. Nekomata actually buffs the skills that are like Kasha, which is the yoga abilities that are like Kasha, which are blue, and basically feral, and also gives a little bit of a buff to the counter with the iframes. Okay, so this is gonna be Shibata Katsuya.
Also, I noticed
Okay,
my meter's bad.
Okay, good. Nice. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep quiet because this is concerning.
Ah, come on.
All right. So yeah, well, he saved the day with those salt skills. So the idea of this fight is to be able to apply purity and any other element that you have if he already has purity very quickly after he transitions phases, and then you can do Heaven and Earth and Titanic Strength to almost get rid of all his ki for the most part. So yeah, GG's.
Nice. That was actually a pretty good fight. Even though it almost went off the rails.
Yeah,
First
the
try.
early part of the fight was concerning.
But first try, I'm gonna take those.
Okay, next up is gonna be Tokichiro. Tokichiro is normally not very hard fight, but sometimes he can just kind of get away from things very unexpectedly, and in these cases you want to watch out. But overall, is one of the more consistent fights, I would say.
But you say it can also troll you.
Yeah.
Definitely haven't said that before. This guy I hate. Okay, he played along. Whew. Actually, I swapped that at a bad time, so I'm gonna. Oh, I only have one. That's not good.
Yeah.
Oh god. PS D-pad fumbling.
There we go.
Menuing is difficult. All I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we want to be careful with the amount of Amrita items that we have, because sometimes they give us more Amrita items than other times. So in certain runs, especially things don't go especially well, then we might be short on Amrita. So, for example, right there, he was lacking one Amrita item. As long as it's not too bad, then you can keep going even if you don't have all the drops. But yeah, sometimes the enemies, certain bosses drop you missile crystals or something like that. So yeah. Okay, so this is Tokichiro. We're gonna start the fight just like with Imagawa by shooting him in the head. Final button, and then start doing Titanic Strength, which is this skill right here. And then Jokai Shift Grapple. There we go. Now we do a strong attack in order to stun him again, because when he is waking up, in this particular fight at least, you can actually hit him with a strong attack, and then he just kind of rolls.
That was almost bad. I
Okay,
ran out
yeah,
of
that was
shift
sketchy.
But once again,
Okay, GG.
survived. Thanks. But we survived. We're alive, pretty much.
Yeah, we are alive.
We're about to enter the best stage in the game and the best mini boss or mini boss.
So, if I remember correctly, you said you were running this game for like 3 months or something.
I'm not quite sure. Something like that. I have like I think like 130 hours spent on learning and running combined. I took
Yeah,
like
this is
less
a,
than 200 hours to finish it, and I have like 3 something 100 hours.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is a very rough game to pick up and just run. It requires a lot of being used to the mechanics, which is not as simple as it might sound, because this game has a lot of mechanics and just small details can make a big difference when it comes to fighting. And yeah, on this run, or in any category, but especially this one, I would say there's a lot of different approaches that you can do on the different fights, different strats. Like for example, there's an item right here that he can pick up, which is some arrows. Those arrows are gonna be useful for the final fight, uh, but you don't exactly need them. You know, you can do different strats as well. But if you use them, they're gonna make the fight much faster. And yeah, this is a part where enemies just gonna gang on you and kill you.
You can make through that without, and I'm actually using a very well open the door safe strat, you could say. I want to open the door no matter even if I die, but I just want to get the door open because it's easier there than.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes it has happened a lot to me where, especially on that Saika mission door, I try to do something in order to kind of like try to go through, and then I end up not going through and not opening the door, and then I have to like try to do it again, and then sometimes I just die again.
I got tag
And yeah,
teamed.
that was very unlucky.
I got tag teamed. At least I leveled up before, so I didn't lose that much, I think.
I don't remember. Did you use any armored items?
No.
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 Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like normally, yeah, you don't use them here either.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you don't use armored items, you have just leveled up. We only lost a little bit of armored, which is not a big deal.
Now I'm gonna have to. I do this level safe. I bait him into shooting, and then we can enter the best boss fight ever.
Okay, this is the least consistent fight in the whole game, I would say. He kind of wants to do whatever he wants. Like he just.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because sometimes you get a fight where you just demolish him. He gets key broken very easily, and other times he just doesn't want to get key broken at all. And
What
he
am I
just
doing?
keeps doing like it's like hyper armor attacks and stuff.
It has a turtle shell on its back, so of course it's going to mean that you cannot like attack it.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing, and this is one of those fights where like any hit can actually stagger him out of the grapple state. Okay, nice, GG's.
Nice,
GG's.
nice. Woo!
So if you notice, like right after the grapple, he used the Kasha. That is because if you do that, there's a high chance of Kasha hitting him in a way that he actually gets staggered, and also, of course, he gets debuffed with fire. So yeah, that was a really good RNG at the end, where he was able to just get staggered again.
Okay.
And now we want to lure the boss, the next boss, to shoot in this general area. And oh, okay, he failed. Bad aim from the boss.
Okay.
There we go. Now we can go through the path. So yeah,
Wow.
there are other ways to break that, but we don't really have the tools for breaking it. There's like a soul core that you can get on the DLCs that can actually allow you to break that, but you know. And in order to get to the DLCs, you have to beat the game, so that is not a possibility.
Yeah, for now.
So as you can see right here, we're using a fatal counter to go through the boulders, because otherwise they can clip the character and just do a ton of damage and one-shot us. So yeah, this next fight is kind of like a gimmicky fight. We're gonna basically be doing like a mat spinner, Kasha and Yatsunokami for the most part.
forgot to level up my match spinner, so...
Yeah, a lot of match spinner. Now we're gonna be using Kasha, and the objective right now is to break the fingers. There we go. Then Jatsu no Kami. Then when you break all the fingers, or almost all of them, you stagger him, and then you can grapple his head when he's resting on the side. And then he's doing some menu optimization right there while he waits for the animation to play. And yeah, the same thing right now. Can want to... okay. I'm gonna have to get away from there. So is it like a long attack? Ooh. Can do some more Kasha.
Not a good fight.
Okay, that's almost GG's. There's one more phase. You can, if you get luckier with pattern, you can actually do enough damage that you skip the last phase, but we were not that lucky. But this last phase should be very fast.
Oh, or not.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. He did an attack that is like summons AoE pools of death.
Yeah. Well, has happened before, but yeah, as you're in match spinner, your kind of movability, or you can't dodge out of this. You have to watch out.
Yeah, match spinner. In order to get out of match spinner, you have to either use yokai shift or burst counter, or you know, using a yokai ability. So if you don't have either of them, then you're just locked into place for a while. Like, of course, you can just let go of the button and then wait for the key pulse opportunity to happen, but you know, it's gonna take a while.
It's also an invisible wall where the hands are supposed to be, so I have to take a little bit of a detour to get out of that pocket there.
Okay, so hopefully that won't happen again.
We'll go with Yats this time, yeah.
Yeah, GG's.
Nice.
So yeah, Jatsu no Kami is better for straight damage and key damage. Kasha is more for elemental damage, you know, with fire. So yeah, right now he did the animation of finishing the fight, then he was able to just do some menuing, you know, for more skills. Actually, I think I didn't mention what the other elements did. Water debuff makes it so the one whose debuff takes more damage. Lightning, which you're not gonna see us apply, lightning does basically slow the animations of the debuffed enemy or player. Then there's also corruption, which is similar to purity. It's kind of like the opposite of purity. Like, corruption is more effective versus humans, and purity is more effective against yokai overall. But they all do like almost the same thing. Not exactly, but I'm not gonna get into the specifics. Just basically doing more key damage. And then there's also fire, which is the classic damage over time.
The sad thing is, I don't think I have gotten an axe after Ravens. I'm gonna check it out, just in case. But you want to have, I at least want to have a Kintaro axe from the previous fight usually.
Yeah, the Kintaro axe is really good to have here. Like, it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't have it.
Yeah.
We're just gonna update the sword to Demon Small.
It's
So yeah, in this case, I guess you kind of want to buff your damage a little bit more in order to make sure that that you kill the crystal fast, like with like water or something.
See?
because
Oh.
otherwise you're just lacking damage. As you can see right there,
Yeah,
just
barely.
at the end of it, he was able to kill it.
That's gonna make the boss a little bit tricky, but yeah. We gotta get this shortcut here. While we're at it, we're gonna be getting our Umbrella to full, because we're gonna be doing a little bit of a skip. That's pretty much we got a one shot at it and hope we get it. And even before
Okay, so
that,
this
go ahead.
sorry, this next skip is gonna actually depend on the yokai shift, specifically speaking on the feral yokai shift. It is not strictly necessary in order to do the skip, but because of the resources that we have and the HP that we have, then we kind of have to in order to make it doable in this run. So right there, that's the skip. And now we want to try to not get unlucky with this next. Okay.
Oh, that's the wrong stance.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, what happened there is that he was on high stance, and on high stance, when he holds triangle, he has assigned Rumbling Earth, which is a very useful skill, as you saw some fights before, and it's gonna be useful in the next fight as well. But he wanted to use Match Spinner, which is on mid stance and low stance. So now you're gonna see the intended way of going through the level, which is along these ladders.
I might kill that Dweller before going for the. Where am I going?
Yeah, it's
That's
one.
what's. Oh!
But yeah,
I hope you are awake now.
It's been a while, right? It's been a while, right?
It's been a while. Yeah, I don't generally do this route, but at least now I kinda have to.
So now he's dealing with the Dweller because we don't have the damage of the, or the security of the yokai shift.
Oh,
So now
what's that?
we
What's that?
get rid of that, and
Well,
hoping that the Dweller doesn't kill us, we get the Dragon God Jewel in order to unlock the next part of the.
I didn't know there were
the
two of
blades.
those guys. That was.
Yes, I didn't mention this because it is not part of the run, but I guess some people might be interested in knowing like what is Featherless and what is Glitchless in this run. So Featherless just means that we don't use a particular set of ninjutsu skills that are in their group called feathers. They're just very, very powerful on out of key enemies. They're just basically something that if you spam it, they're just gonna melt the boss HP. Because they're just like doing like a shit ton of elemental damage, and also they makes confusion very easy. It's kind of like a rough explanation, but you get the idea. They're basically very broken. And in terms of glitchless, there's actually a glitch in this game that you can do with your equipment. Basically, you can equip by doing a certain sequence of actions on the menu on the blacksmith, and it's particular to. It's kind of weird to explain, honestly, because it's just if you don't see it, you're just not gonna get it. But basically, the idea is that we can equip by doing that certain certain equipments on certain like weapons or armor on places where they shouldn't. Like for example, we equip the sword on the slot for the ranged weapons. So when that happens, we can actually use that weapon in a very weird way. I'll get into it in a moment. We'll just focus on the fight now. So this is Shoot and Doji, one of the main yokai. The big three, basically. And as usual, we just want to apply purity to hit fast and to not die before that, of course. Okay, counter with that. Okay. Okay, now he switched to Brute in order to get ready for the next part of the fight. There we go, Yatsuno coming in order to do more key damage. And some Brahmin Earth in order to do more key damage as well.
I don't like that. That's for sure. Oh god.
Oof.
And I'm
Yeah, that's
standing on a
attack
fire.
Yeah, everything is on fire, yeah.
Uh, oh, that looked scarier than it was. Okay, I'm gonna buy myself some time. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go for shift. Maybe I should just go for this. Gonna risk it a bit.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea right now.
And I think it should be over now. Yeah,
Yeah, GG's.
thanks. We got the shoot and
This
dodge
is-
club, so that's an important thing.
Yeah, okay, so the Shoot and Dodge Club is actually a guaranteed drop. I think that it's the only weapon that you actually always get on, not as a reward, but as a drop. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, we're nearing the end of the run. This is the second to last region.
One thing I want to say that we saw a couple of Mega Man rounds. Welcome to this game's Mega Man level, because we're gonna have to do some refights. Not all the bosses, mind you. We're not gonna be seeing like 20 bosses back to back to back to back to back without shrines or anything, so don't worry about that. But yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be fighting an Enra, then Yatsuno Kami, and then Kasha, and then the final boss of this mission.
It's gonna be a house.
Yes.
Put it in simple terms. Okay, I don't have
Okay, so
a
now
lot.
he's getting ready with a Amrita meter. Get it to full. And yeah,
Usually-
like right there,
Go ahead.
and right there we have an Enra. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm unusually low on resources. That's not. Oh god, no. Oh, I'm not liking that. Oh god.
Yeah, that jump is something that you don't want to see.
And his attacks are they're slow and they're very weird to dodge for.
Okay, nice.
Oh, I was a little bit.
Yeah, that was a bit too much.
At least I got the counter.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's see. Oh,
Okay, that was a dumb move, but now it's gonna go for another kick, right? Yeah.
okay, heaven and earth, and we finish the fight.
That was sketchy, but
Yeah, he picked up the soul core again. This is mainly at this point for replenishing the anima meter. So it gets back to full. And now we can use that in order to get rid of this crystal faster.
or not.
Or just Mad Spinner.
I always go for Mass Spinner. I probably should use Yatsu here, right? Or Asha? Which one's better, actually? You can comment on
For
that.
speed, Yatsu no Kami.
Yeah.
For getting more anima afterwards, Kasha. It depends. Normally I would just go for Yatsu no Kami and then try to get like a high stance strong attack.
Let's not die without picking up our stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna pick these up carefully. Have more.
I don't know if you have a spare anima items or not.
Not really. That's concerning, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. This might take a couple of tries, but let's see how it goes. Let's not paint the picture just yet. But yeah, you like sound? Guess here you go.
Okay, Yatsu no Kami. We're gonna buff with Purity at the start. Have a nerf. And just wait and see what happens. Okay. Okay, so now we're set up with this phase, as long as we did that.
Oh, that's
Okay.
I forgot I'm on a fast counter.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. It happens. It happens a lot when you think you're on one type of counter.
Yeah.
You're in another one.
There's a
So
lot
since
you
they
need.
have different timings.
Yeah, there's a lot you need to keep track of when you're running. So
Yeah,
Already.
you need to. Yeah, GG's. So in general, I would say you want to keep track of mainly your key, your anima, and your yokai abilities the most. Apart from also, of course, the key and HP of the boss and the debuffs that it has. But even then, you also have to keep track of your stuns. You have to keep track of what buffs you have left. And in the case of you having like a corruption-based weapon, you also have to keep track of that.
like
Can
I
hit
did
this
not.
special again?
Let's see.
Okay, so we just had barely enough. Ooh, yeah, this is the bad attack. Oh, okay.
I think we should be
Okay,
fine.
that's good enough. Yeah, we're fine. Now, as you can see, he's gonna just do the Kasha loop again.
Okay, that was an unnecessary grapple, but and I improved Kasha soul core there in the middle of the items. That button. Hello.
So we're gonna get a safety shrine right here, and also set up the improved versions of the soul cores, because we got an improved in Yatsu no Kami and improved Kasha. So we're gonna do that.
Well,
And the next up is gonna be Lady Osakabe, which the name might fool someone, but it's actually a house.
how do you fight a
big
house?
Yeah, with tentacles.
Yeah.
You will see.
This is a Japan-made game, so of course it's gonna have tentacles.
And eyes as well. Lots of
course.
eyes.
Everything. I'm gonna take this very carefully because, well, I like to play it safe when it comes to playing safe. And I'm gonna switch to Feral because you want to have dodging ability at you at all the time as possible, because you have to multitask with this possibly. It can shoot balls, lasers, whatever, like that. While you're not looking, it's gonna do whatever. It's not gonna give you a cake, that's for sure. Oh. As I was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very late for that. I am. See what it
I would
does.
say the
Ooh, okay. Okay, do that.
yeah, okay, so the worst thing about this enemy or this boss is the laser. Because the laser is very random. Sometimes it just kind of like pieces out, just does one swing, and that's about it. Other times it tracks you surprisingly well, and also does 2 swipes. So yeah, it's very concerning. The boss does have some audio cues, so I'm gonna be quiet here, and I'll let JP comment.
Let's see. I think I'm up. Okay. Okay. Let's see what you're gonna do now. Okay, the laser missed. Laser missed. Okay, the laser did something. I think I should be good. Okay, for the second one, we actually go with Yatsu. And some items. Oh god. Nice! That was the double laser.
Follow-up laser.
I was thinking I'm gonna go for a sneaky feral counter, but I was too late with that. Yeah. I don't think I'm not sure if the boss does like a move its eye or tentacle a bit before doing that, so you could kind of visually see it doing it, but if it does, well, you can't because you're concentrating on hitting it. Hitting the
From my experience, I think it's just based on you doing something or not.
Okay. Based on whether the house is full or not. Okay, it's gonna do a laser now.
One thing that I didn't comment on is that there's a specific skill that he's using after the Rumbling Earth right now, which is the flash attack. As you can see right there, the flash attack basically switches weapons. Okay, watch out with the laser. Okay.
Okay, no laser this time. Okay, how about you? Okay, I'm gonna be late for this. I can't do flash attack, I think. Yeah, it's double laser. And the what?
Yeah, this is concerning. You want to also hit on the eye, as he's trying to do, because it does more damage.
Okay, and I'm doing the heavy run again, or high stance run. Okay, I missed that. But I should be able to...
The bad thing about the flash attack is that it doesn't have a lot of range, so if your position or timing is slightly off, then it just whiffs.
Okay, I got hit by the laser. Okay, first phase done, but we get to hit the big guy. Of course we can't finish the fight just yet, and we get to the second phase. Now we don't need the flash attack to stun the eyes, that's good, but we still have to deal with 4 eyes. While on Dark Realm.
As I mentioned before, at the start of the run, the Dark Realm boosts the yokai abilities and also the yokai, of course. In general, everything that is yokai is buffed here. So, I guess, I don't know why I didn't mention this before, but the biggest difference between not Dark Realm and Dark Realm is that your anima meter gets a buff on the regen capabilities of it. So anything that you do, you're gonna recover or you're gonna gain anima way faster than otherwise. So yeah, you basically
want to play
with the yokai properties more.
Oh god. That gave me a heart attack.
Now he's gonna just finish this part. There we go.
Never thought about...
GG's.
Thanks. Never thought about being alone on the roof would be this scary.
So as usual, taking the chance of the grapple animation, at the end of the fight to do some menu.
Yeah, I see an axe. Ameno, yes, that's good. Ameno Mahitotsu, or however you pronounce it, is kind of one of the better axes you want to get, and this boss can definitely give you one of
Yeah,
those.
definitely like a purple rarity, Ameno Mahitotsu. You said it properly. Uh, is probably the best one that you can get here.
And it's time for one of the trickiest stages when it comes to you kind of have like one good attempt and then the rest attempts will be, if you fail the first one, that is, it will be a little bit more difficult. And Axe is probably gonna explain.
Yeah. Okay. So in this mission, there's one thing that I always, whenever someone is learning, I always try to, on the tutorial I mention it as well. I try to warn about one thing in particular about this mission. The moment that you break the first stone on the way, do not die immediately, and if you do, just quit out. Because if you do not quit out, like you Alt F4 or whatever, you're not gonna get any scampuses in the whole mission, and that is critical. That is really bad to not get the scampuses, because in the next, in these fights, especially in the second fight, they play a big role on the strategy. So yeah, just basically making sure that you don't die right here and everything is fine. It is not common to die here, but it has happened.
And on a good base, you definitely don't want to see that, because this is like third last or fourth last if you count the cutscene level.
Yeah.
And one stage is
so
just... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. In this mission, we are gonna fight two bosses. One is gonna be Tokichiro 2. I like to call it Tokichiro 2 at least. I think it has another name, but in the boss bar it's just Tokichiro. Which is basically Tokichiro with yokai powers, which is gonna mean that he has a lot of hyper armor when he's not out of key, of course. So yeah, we're gonna try to overwhelm both bosses with the cats, the abilities, and try to get them very fast out of key and HP, of course. So yeah, we're basically going around the place right now, trying to unlock the path to the boss. Oh yeah, I was talking about the glitches. So the glitch that this game has, with equipment, is that whenever you did that, like switching the sword to the ranged weapon slot, for example, it allows you to kind of hover, which is interesting because you can do a lot of escapes in this game. But it also kind of, in my opinion, like kind of takes away a little bit from the run. It adds on a part of it and takes away from another part. And there's some escapes that are like very carpal tunnel worry. So yeah, I would say this is probably my favorite kind of category. Just any percent featherless of this game. So yeah, now we're approaching the fight with Tokichiro, and it's gonna be right afterwards. It's gonna be the one with Katin Quadri. Yeah, we're gonna buff with water.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
And we're gonna wait for him to do a certain attack, like that one, for example. And we're gonna start doing the same thing as we did with Maeda Toshie. Yeah, with Maeda Toshie, which is Titanic Strength back and forth. And when he's low on key, we want to do that exactly. There we go. That's really good. He's almost dead. Okay, now we just need to finish the fight. He's gonna do that. Okay, a bit clearly, yeah.
I'm just gonna let you deal.
The cats are a big help here, as you can see. And now, speaking of cats, we're gonna actually use a Claybell of Beckoning here in order to summon a third cat and buff with Purity. Okay, yeah, and also already the Amrita meter, of course. I forgot about that. Okay, so yeah, right now we want to not take too long for this fight in order to get him out of key and put purity on him. Okay. Okay, good, perfect. That's really good. Now he's gonna grapple with confusion, doing a ton of damage, and the fight is not gonna be over after this because there's gonna be another phase, but we should be ready for it. Yokai shift after using that Kasha and start spamming charge attacks and Yokai abilities. And now he should be dead. Yatsu Nakami.
Oh, Yatsu, yeah. Well.
Yeah, Yatsu was
nice.
Probably a bit faster, but yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't matter too much.
Yeah. First try, I'll take this.
GG's.
Thanks.
Yeah, this boss melts because of the cats and the yokai shift and everything. But if we didn't do that, this boss is actually very, very concerning. It's one of the worst bosses to fight without tools. If you don't believe me, then pick up this game. Just try to beat this boss without tools and see how concerning it is.
I used to practice that because I was like, I'm never gonna have anything on this. Oof. But that was the easiest stage in the game because it's 2 cutscenes.
Yeah, this is just a cutscene. It's like a time skip, basically. We're kind of dormant now. And then the main protagonist of the Nioh 1 game is gonna wake us up, and we're gonna just greet him with in the best way that we can do, which is just fighting him. And it's not gonna be a fair fight.
Good enough. But probably now is good time for some messages and donations, I think. What about you?
Well, let's go ahead and take a look. Unfortunately, we do not have any new donations, but let me just remind what we can go ahead and contribute some of those donations towards. See if some people are not 100% certain. We have here a lot of these actually have already been completed. So we've got 100% for, just starting from the very beginning, the Ultimate 3 Exodus, Kill Lord British. We've actually achieved that, so very well done to those who donated toward that. The Ori upgrade to Expert Randomizer has indeed been achieved as well. The Splatoon 3 After Alterna has been achieved. Mega Man 2 Extreme 2 upgraded to 100%. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. We're still needing $75 for Curse Crackers upgrade to any % canonless. So if you want to donate, go ahead and contribute towards that. Same for Star Tropics. Get the Big Apple. We need $65 more for that one. We are 70% of the way to Mega Man X Play as Zero. So we're just missing $30 to achieve that. And the Affogato Save Aoi is, we still need the $100 in order to get that. But also, right now, Save or Kill the Animals, we're looking at $360 for saving and $145 for kill. So if you want to see those animals be gone, then you're going to have to go ahead and donate towards that. Other than that, just a quick reminder that there are indeed rewards, little raffle tickets that you get for $5, $10, and $20 that include a Cowabunga package for TMNT, the Castlevania Double Anniversary Collection, and the entire Mega Man collection. The anniversaries, the Mega Man, Mega Man X, as well as the X2, and the Legacy collections for Mega Man 0, ZX, and Mega Man 11. So that's going to go ahead and be a fun thing to try and win. Remember, these are raffles, and they are total donations. So if you do 4 $5 donations, that does count for the $20 in total donations for the Mega Man bundle. But good luck, and thank you everybody for all the donations that you have made so far. This is a great start to the event, and let's keep it going. Remember, we're doing this for the kids and child's play. So thank you.
And we're going to be hearing some English.
We're into the last mission now. Anything that you want to comment on how that fight went?
Horrible! I popped a yokai shift too early and I didn't fight properly even with that, and I got ran out and I had to panic, and well, that was good old William. I usually tend to just be so nervous at this point that that fight rarely goes well. At least I didn't die. If you die, you can actually start with a headshot and get a little bit easier time on that, but you didn't need to see that. That's good.
Speaking of shooting, you're gonna use the the bow strats here.
That's a
in
good
this one.
point. That's a good point. I don't think I have a bow equipped, so I'm gonna have to do that.
Okay.
And
So yeah, this is the final boss. Also, I don't know if maybe you want to switch to
I don't have a bow.
Makami.
I can switch to Makami, but I don't have a bow. Makami here.
And the other Yatsu.
Oh yeah, this probably has the old one. I don't do the switch usually, but I heard that this is much more beneficial.
Yeah, because he doesn't get poisoned. Oh yeah, I didn't mention that. Like the reason why we were using Shirohami is because it applies poison with the Yatsu no Kami, but that doesn't happen with this boss. Like he's too resistant to poison. So, all right. So yeah, final boss coming up. Try to not get killed by this enemy at the door.
Okay, nice.
Go. Now we switch to the axe when we open. And we're gonna buff with water followed by some shots.
I don't actually. Yeah, I didn't have a bow.
Oh, then. Oh, you didn't have a bow.
Yeah.
Oh, then.
I usually do equip it on Yatsu, but this time I didn't. Because I didn't do the normal equip stuff, so...
Okay, it's okay. We are not using the optimal strat, but...
we're using a strat. Oh god. Oh god! Oh. That hurt. I don't like you.
Oof.
I'm gonna have to.
Okay, okay, good. No, this should be enough.
Oh god! And I think I'm gonna... Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought maybe I'd get out of the stun beforehand, but no. At least I didn't use my yokai, so...
I guess if you don't have the bow, then I guess it would be better to just start with Purity straight away, I guess.
Okay. I also have the salt still, so I could technically use that
yeah,
too.
That's also true. Yeah, you could also use salt. Yeah, probably better, yeah.
Anything you want to say about this fight other than it being the final one?
Well, okay, there's a funny thing about this boss is that we started with, we entered the fight with the brute yokai spirit, and that means that he's also gonna start with the brute yokai spirit. That also means that, for example, if now he switched to feral for some reason, he would still be on brute yokai form because it's the first time that matters. But yeah, this is like a boss that doesn't like to be very consistent either, even with the optimal fight strat. But yeah, we want to start with brute because in Feral and Phantom, he just moves around too much and doesn't have as many openings.
I'm reading this fight so bad right now.
Okay, this could be enough. No.
And I'm gonna... Okay.
Yeah, okay, see, so he switched to Feral right there at the last second in order to avoid that attack. Okay, now we're good. And I think that this is enough for the... Yeah, there we go. Yokai Shift Grapple. Now we can just try to go ham.
Oh, that was early.
Ryom Luna to debuff, but he kind of got away from it.
Okay, that's not up.
Oof. So yeah,
You
now he's in the HP percentage where he can actually switch to the final form, which honestly is probably better than just fighting Phantom or Feral, to be honest. But yeah, this is Otakamaru's final form.
And that attack I hate, I just simply can't dodge it. Could you
Yeah, that attack is so rough to dodge. It's like,
Oh god! I dodged it! Wow.
oh, okay.
I think it
Okay.
should be. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
And the time pretty much ends after I pick the screen fades to black, so we're gonna be like 30 minutes ahead. I had
Yeah.
a lot of safety for the estimate for this one because, well, it's a difficult game and it can also, well, it can bully you.
Yep.
But yeah.
Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Let's see if the timer stops. I have no idea.
Fine.
It did not. Okay, now it did. Oh boy, but yeah.
For anyone interested in running this game, I have a tutorial as well. It's slightly outdated, but yeah, like you can also ask around in the Discord of Nioh runs. You can see it on Speedrun.com as well. What do you want to say at the end?
I used the tutorial to learn this game myself, and I think it's very good. It covers a lot of the good stuff and a lot of some basics, and I applied some stuff for myself over that, which are obviously probably less optimal but worked for me. But the tutorial gives you the ropes very well. I definitely suggest it anyway, because it also has the explanations which like regular runs might not. And also the Discord people, the community is very friendly. So if you have any like patience and willing to learn this game, then go right ahead. And this category also is pretty fun.
Alrighty then. Well, thank you very much for that fantastic run. Came in greatly underestimated, so we're gonna have a bunch of flexible time, which is great for marathon. We all know that hiccups can happen. So I would normally say thank you very much for joining us, and you know, move on to the next runner. But you are indeed the next runner for Ease 9 Monstrum Nox, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Excellent. So everybody, stick around, grab yourself some water, grab yourself a snack, and get ready for the next run. As I just said, Ease 9 Monstrum Nox any percent, and we'll be back shortly.